Hello folks, this is AL Automotive Reviews. And thanks for watching, thanks for liking, and thanks for subscribing. We have here the 2021 Ford Bronco Big Bend. Now, this SUV, the Ford Bronco 2021, is an awesome SUV. Now, the base engine is going to be the 2.3 liter EcoBoost. Now, together with the second generation 2.0 liter EcoBoost in 2015, Ford introduced the 2.3 liter EcoBoost version, the most powerful four-cylinder engine in the EcoBoost family. The 2.3 liter i4 turbo engine became available on the 2015 Lincoln MKC crossover at first, and a year later it was installed in the Ford Explorer and the ultimate 350 horsepower Ford Focus RS. But the engine has truly become known under the hood of the Ford Mustang EcoBoost. With 310 horsepower and 320 pound-feet of torque, 434 nanometers of torque, which is that equivalent to. Now, by the way, the last time Ford used the four-cylinder engine. Now, this four-cylinder engine was used in Mustang in the mid-80s, the Mustang SVO. So basically, this engine that's going inside the Bronco has history, folks. Basically, the 2.3 EcoBoost engine is based on the 2.0 EcoBoost Generation 2 engine and can be called as a stroker. Also, these engines are built at one plant, and that's in Valencia, Spain. However, the 2.3 liter version was heavily fortified to be able to handle the increased power output and provide thousands of reliable miles. That is good to know, and it's good to know that this engine is going to be used in the 2021 Bronco. Now, the engine was built around a high-pressure die-cast that actually was an open deck aluminum cylinder block. Now, while the bore size and the deck height the same as the 2.0 EcoBoost. But before we get on, let's just take a look at this Bronco going through the mud. And this EcoBoost is doing some serious action, folks. Super reliable. It's a good thing to know that they're using an engine that has a history. And this is a closer look at it. Now, again, the engine was built around a high-pressure die-cast, open deck aluminum cylinder block, while the bore size and the deck height was the same as the 2.0 liter EcoBoost. The 2.3 liter engine block has enlarged oil and cooling passages. That's good because engine cooling and oiling is one of the most important things as far as the longevity of the engine. Now, strengthening ribs molded around the cylinder with integrated main bearing caps. The increased displacement was achieved by applying new forged 4340 steel crankshafts with 94 millimeter stroke. 2 liters has 83.1 millimeter stroke. Now, the engine also uses forged steel connecting rods. They are shorter than the 2.0 connecting rods, and a lightweight, high-strength pistons with steel piston ring carriers and fully floating pins. Now the new pistons have low friction skirt coating and less oil drainage hose for better lubrication and lower friction, which is awesome. It's awesome for the Ford Bronco. Now on the bottom side of the cylinders is cooled with oil constantly, sprayed by special oil jets inside the engine block. The bottom of the engine includes a chain-driven oil pump, balance shaft, and a die-cast deep-sump aluminum oil pan with baffled area, which helps prevent oil slush and maintain oil delivery during active driving. Now you'll need that during your off-roading because it's going to make a big difference in the longevity of the engine and the handling of the engine, especially when you're going on those long escapades. Now, let's look at this picture in some detail. As you see, here is the high flow cylinder with the integrated exhaust manifold, which moves air in the exhaust out for better performance. You can take a look. Now, then there's the lightweight, high-strength pistons with low friction skirt coating and steel ring carriers and increased compression ratio. And then you have here the balance shaft for smooth operation at all speeds. And then you have the forged steel crankshaft with premium bearing materials. And then you have the high performance valve seat materials. And then you have the high strength forged steel connecting rods with full floating pins. And then you have the high pressure die cast aluminum cylinder block and structural ladder frame with integrated main bearing caps. And the deep sump structural die cast aluminum oil pan with baffles to help maintain oil delivery during spirited driving, and also when you're going up hills and stuff and you're at strange inclines. It's going to make a big difference. You need that sump, that deep sump structural die cast. So the engine is awesome. Now this is the engine, the same engine that's in the all-new Mustang is now going into the Ford Bronco. Now on top of the block there's an aluminum cylinder head with 4 valves, 1 GDI fuel injector. Let's take a closer look at this baby. You can see it right here, all the injectors too. And then a spark plug per each cylinder, and 2 chain driven camshafts. Dual overhead cam. Now the cylinder head design provides an integrated exhaust manifold with 3 high flow ports for a new twin scroll, what is also called the IWG turbocharger. Now the exhaust valves become bigger at 30 millimeters compared to 28 millimeters on 2.0 liter. The intake valve diameter is 32.5 millimeters. The valve seats are made from high performance material. The camshafts have higher lifts and longer duration and operate with Ford's twin independent variable cam timing system called TIVCT. The twin independent variable cam timing system. The exhaust camshaft drives a high pressure fuel pump. Now the engine got revised plastic intake manifolds with increased volume and larger diameter throttle body. A twin scroll turbocharger delivers an instant boost right when it's needed. Now it provides a flat torque curve that's reached on the much higher than traditional turbo. That makes a heck of a difference. Now, in the results, redesigned intake components gives more power and quicker acceleration responses with lower emissions and improved turbine efficiency and reduced turbo lag. So this baby is nice. Now again, the engine was produced from 2015 to the present time. And more things, the important part of this is to think about this engine, is that the 2.3 EcoBoost is a high-performance turbocharged engine with direct injection built and tuned for sports ambition and needs for high-speed, drivers. As a result, the reliability of many engine components is placed really close to its limits. Now, the most well-known problem for the 2.3-liter EcoBoost engine is a failed head gasket. Now, dozens of Ford Focus RS engines has had an issue with leaking head gaskets. The issue initially shows white exhaust smoke or coolant consumption, but later features misfiring under load and on cold start, a sweet smell of coolant and exhaust, engine overheat, loss of cabin heating. The reason, of course, is the usage of the wrong head gasket, which belonged to the Ford Mustang. The 2.3-liter EcoBoost engine had a similar design, but the coolant passages are different, which requires head gaskets unique to each engine. Also worth noting is that Mustang didn't have the problem with the coolant leakage through a head gasket. Now, the power loss of the GDI engines, that problem did not pass by the 2.3-liter EcoBoost. The owners may have noticed a drop in performance, slightly raised fuel consumption. Now, that happens due to carbon buildup on the backside of the intake valves and on the walls of the intake ports. Let's take a closer look at these intake ports and the valves. It's going to be, so you can just get a better look. Now, the soot layer restricts intake airflow and prevents the intake valves from fully closing, which aggravates the situation even more. The special carbon cleaning process may be applied to the engine to bring it back to the original specs. So when you do get the 2.3 liters, the most important thing to do is to let Ford do that carbon cleaning process to make sure that it runs right, and to make sure that the engine, is working at its peak performance. So this is what the 2.3 liter, this is what to look out for. It's the one thing that can make or break a car. You have to make sure that the carbon stuff gets cleaned out of these high performance engines, especially the 4-cylinder. But this also applies to all turbo engines, including the 2.7 liter. But I just wanted to cover the 2.3 liter today, folks. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video. This AL Automotive Reviews. Thanks for watching. Remember, like, share, and subscribe. Now that looks like a hell of a fun day, don't it? You guys, thanks for watching. And I hope you guys learned a lot about this 2.3 liter EcoBoost and what to do to maintain it. This is AL Automotive Reviews. If no one told you today that you're awesome or fantastic, I'm telling you that today. And have a great day. And thanks for being a part of AL Automotive Reviews.
If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and subscribe for more interesting videos.